Libra, my cosmic soul companion. What if I told you that something powerful is approaching and the universe is already trying to warn you? You didn't land here by accident. You were guided. Because right now, a hidden shift is unfolding behind the scenes of your life, and you're being called to prepare emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. Welcome to Zodiac Whisper Tarot. This is not just another horoscope video, it's a deeply intuitive reading, delivered at the exact moment your soul was ready to receive it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal something crucial. Because within the next 72 hours, there may be an unexpected emotional hit from someone you thought you could trust, a message, an invitation, or a sweet offer that is secretly a test, a subtle spiritual or financial attack that's already been set in motion. This reading is not about fear. It's about forewarning and sacred protection. You, Libra, the seeker of balance, the keeper of inner truth, are being asked to pause and listen. Because someone in your orbit is wearing a mask. And behind that mask may be envy, manipulation, or unspoken plans that target the very areas where you feel most vulnerable. I'm here to help you see it before it strikes. I'm here to help you reclaim your power before it gets drained. As scripture reminds us, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. That's the energy you are stepping into right now, light with roots, truth with protection. Let me also take a moment to thank you, from my whole heart, for showing up here today. Your presence, your curiosity, your willingness to listen, it means everything. Every comment, every like, every new subscriber brings you closer to this soul-aligned community of light and growth. You're not just supporting this channel, you're anchoring a field of collective awakening. And Libra, if no one's told you this yet, today you are divinely supported. You are not alone in what you feel. And you are absolutely not imagining what's been shifting around you. There's something the universe wants you to know. And believe me, you'll want to stay with me until the very end of this reading. Because what's being revealed here, what's about to surface, is going to change how you respond to everything unfolding around you. So before we dive in, let's activate your protection and your intention. Leave a comment below with the number 111, the sacred code of alignment, insight, and divine clarity. It's more than a number, it's your declaration. I am awake. I am protected. I am ready to see the truth. Now, take a breath. Place your hand over your heart. And allow the next few moments to bring you back to your own sacred center. Because today, Libra, you are not reacting to the world. You are remembering that you were born to shape it. Let's begin. It often begins with a subtle tension, something you can't quite name, but you feel it. A whisper behind your back, a message that arrives too perfectly timed, or the uncomfortable glance from someone who once cheered you on. In this chapter of your reading, Libra, we are not dealing with obvious enemies. We're facing the more elusive kind, those who wear masks that mimic kindness, but conceal calculation. The presence of the Tower, the Moon, and the Seven of Swords at the top of your spread is no coincidence. Together, they signal a disruption that doesn't come to punish you, but to reveal what you've tried not to see. This revelation isn't here to frighten you, it's here to empower you through clarity. The Tower doesn't collapse things out of cruelty. It collapses illusions. The very structures, relationships, beliefs, routines you've built up for the sake of peace or comfort may no longer serve the version of you that's awakening. And when the Tower arrives, it means the foundation beneath something was already cracked. You've likely known that deep down for a while now. The Tower simply makes it undeniable. The Moon confirms that part of you has already sensed what's been going on. Your dreams may have felt strange. Your body, unusually tired. Your intuition, a bit louder than usual. That's not paranoia, that's sacred intelligence alerting you to energy that doesn't belong. And in the Moon's light, secrets begin to move uneasily. The truth wants to be seen. And then there's the Seven of Swords, the most cunning of them all. This card is a quiet thief. It doesn't storm in with a sword raised high. It sneaks in, gathers information, mimics your language, and then disappears. Often, it represents a person who knows just enough about your inner world to wound you with it. Someone who once earned your trust, and is now using that closeness to manipulate, to test, or to extract something for their own gain. But here is where your power is most critical, Libra. You don't need to confront. You don't need to accuse. You don't even need to explain. Silence is your shield, and observation is your sword. When you refuse to be baited into emotional chaos, you step out of their control. You hold the upper hand not by proving them wrong but by staying firmly rooted in what you know. This is where your natural gift as a Libra becomes a spiritual superpower. You have the ability to feel energy shift before words are spoken. You know when something is off. But what makes this moment transformative is that you're now ready to trust that knowing without external validation. You no longer need the proof to honor your intuition. You just need permission from yourself. There's a quiet kind of justice happening here, the kind that doesn't require a gavel or a courtroom. It's divine timing unfolding in your favor, gently separating what pretends to love you from what truly does. If you've ever prayed for discernment, for protection, or for a signory living inside the answer now. And it's calling you to move smarter, not louder. In the fast pace of modern life, it's easy to ignore those inner nudges. But sometimes, heaven intervenes not with lightning bolts, but through small, precise moments like this one where you're invited to pause and recognize what's been whispering to your spirit all along. That's not coincidence. That's grace. So instead of chasing closure or demanding honesty, your path now is to witness what unfolds. Let people reveal themselves without interruption. Let the universe handle what is not yours to carry. And let your energy stay calm, because you are no longer the person who needs to react to be safe. You are now the person who chooses peace because peace has chosen you. There are moments in life when clarity doesn't come from thinking harder, but from becoming still enough to listen inward. For you, Libra, this is one of those moments. And as a highly sensitive air sign, your body, your breath, and your environment speak to you long before words ever do. That's why this ritual, simple in its structure yet deeply profound in its effect, is more than spiritual hygiene. It's a reclaiming of energetic space. It's a conscious act of returning home to your center after being pulled in too many directions. As the keeper of balance and justice in the zodiac, you don't need to fight force with force. You're not meant to out-yell the noise around you or convince anyone of your truth. Your power has always come from discernment, the sacred art of knowing what to respond to, what to walk away from, and what to hold in quiet knowing. And this ritual is a tool to amplify that inner compass when outer energies are trying to cloud it. Placing water in the center of a circle of salt is a symbolic act that mirrors your natural need for emotional clarity surrounded by firm boundaries. Water absorbs. It remembers. It carries energy silently and stores what is often unseen. Salt, on the other hand, purifies and contains. It ensures that what enters your field is intentional and what does not belong is redirected without hostility. Lighting a white candle beside this circle brings illumination not just to the space around you, but to the subconscious places within you where fear might hide in the shadows. Speaking your full name 3 times out loud is not a chant for theatrics, it's a spiritual declaration. A way to call your full self, the emotional self, the thinking self, and the higher self into complete alignment in the present moment. When you declare, I am the light of justice. I am strong. I am protected in divine light, you are not just saying words, you are activating a field. You're choosing to remember that your safety does not depend on someone else's behavior, but on your relationship with your own truth. You become the guardian of your energy, not the victim of other people's intentions. As you perform this ritual for 3 consecutive nights, you're not just protecting yourself from negativity, you are tuning into higher guidance. That's why recording your dreams during this period is more than an exercise. It becomes a conversation between your soul and the divine, often offering insights, symbols, or confirmations that your waking mind might overlook. When you awaken, don't rush. Pause, breathe, and reflect on anything you felt or saw in the dream space. You may be surprised at how clearly answers begin to show up. During these days, it's wise to withhold certain things not from fear, but from wisdom. Not everyone who smiles deserves access to your emotional landscape. Not every conversation is a safe space for your future plans or vulnerable truths. Protecting your peace doesn't mean isolating. It means curating who has earned a seat at your inner table. And if you ever feel unsure whether it's okay to pull back, remind yourself, boundaries are not walls, they are bridges built only for those who truly respect your value. Let your presence speak where words feel too heavy. Let your silence teach where explanations would only be twisted. Let your light stay lit in a world that often wants to dim it. Not everything that seeks your attention is worthy of your response. Not every hand that reaches deserves what you carry. Let your clarity be your compass. Let your stillness be your shield. And if in doubt, come back to the ritual not for superstition, but as a sacred act of self-respect. You're not trying to escape darkness, you're choosing to live as the light. Sometimes the universe doesn't close a door because you're not meant to walk through it, it closes it because someone else tried to enter it before you were ready. And Libra, that may be exactly what's unfolding now. If you've been sensing delays, financial slowdowns, or sudden changes in the flow of opportunities, it's not your imagination. The energetic field around your abundance is being tested not in cruelty, but in divine precision. The presence of the devil, the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Pentacles is a powerful trio that speaks to manipulation behind the scenes, particularly in matters of career, income, or long-term security. Someone, knowingly or unknowingly, may be speaking against your name, blocking your visibility, or influencing the outcome of something you've worked hard for. Perhaps a payment you expected is now mysteriously delayed. Perhaps a job offer or project was almost confirmed, but now it's being questioned. Maybe someone with less merit was chosen over you, not because of skill, but because of behind-the-scenes politics or persuasion. That's the devil card at play, the energy of illusion, temptation, and quiet control. But here's the deeper truth: delays are not denials when you are aligned with integrity. Sometimes, divine orchestration pulls opportunities away temporarily so they can be rerouted not to your detriment, but to your protection. You see, Libra, abundance is not just about money. It's about alignment with values, purpose, and timing. When the Ten of Pentacles appears reversed, it's often a message that something in the structure isn't quite matching your deeper worth. A shaky foundation, a power imbalance, a subtle compromise you were asked to overlook. That energy can never support long-term prosperity. So instead of being granted, it's withheld for now so you don't unknowingly sign up for something that would have cost you more than it gave you. The King of Pentacles in this spread could represent two things. It may reflect someone in your sphere, a boss, client, or financial gatekeeper who appears solid on the outside but may be operating from scarcity, control, or ego. It may also be a mirror of your own energy, a reminder that you are the King of Pentacles when you lead with patience, wisdom, and trust in your divine provision. You don't need to chase. You don't need to beg. You just need to stand fully in your worth, make wise decisions, and remain rooted when things around you become uncertain. This is where the wheel of fortune shifts everything. It's the card of divine cycles, the moment when what you thought was slipping away actually circles back in an even more aligned form. In the next 10 days, a new opportunity is likely to appear. But it may not come through the person or system you were expecting. It may arrive through a different door, one you had quietly opened in the past by being kind, generous, or consistent without seeking immediate return. Seeds you planted months ago may suddenly bloom. A person you once helped may now become a source of connection or favor. That's how energetic law works, not on our schedule, but on the timeline of readiness and resonance. Instead of viewing this delay as a loss, see it as a reset in your favor. When blessings are protected, they may feel postponed, but they are actually being preserved. There's a difference between something being taken from you and something being held for the right moment. And Libra, if it's meant for you, no interference, no delay, no silent opinion behind closed doors can stop it from reaching you when the stars align. So breathe, stay steady, and trust that what is truly yours will find you, even if it circles back from a direction you least expect. What's unfolding in your cosmic chart right now is not just an event, it's a divine invitation to pause and re-examine the deeper framework of how you see yourself. With Jupiter currently retrograde in Taurus, activating your second house of self-worth, values, and material grounding, there's a quiet but powerful energy asking you, what do you truly believe about your value? Who gets to define your worth? Is it based on what you give others, or how much space you're allowed to hold without guilt? This retrograde isn't here to punish or delay, it's here to invite correction and redirection. When expansive Jupiter appears to move backward through a grounded Earth sign like Taurus, it's a cue from the universe to revisit how you've been building your inner foundation, not just financially, but spiritually and emotionally. You may find yourself reevaluating past decisions, redefining what stability truly means to you, or even feeling a deep longing to detach from old systems of measurement that never truly honored your full light. The recent lunar eclipse further amplified this reckoning, shining a spotlight on what's been simmering beneath your surface. For many Libras, this may have looked like a quiet tension, keeping the peace at the cost of your voice, choosing silence to avoid conflict, or allowing others' comfort to take priority over your own truth. And yet, in that silence, something grew, a soft strength, a sacred resistance. You're starting to realize that maintaining peace without mutual respect is not balance. It's burnout dressed in politeness. Now, more than ever, You are being reminded that your value is not measured by how little space you take up, but by how honestly you are willing to occupy your own life. You are not here to disappear into the background of someone else's narrative. You are here to stand gently but firmly in the center of your own. In the middle of these cosmic shifts, I invite you to come back to something simple: the power of surrender without fear. When the outer world feels uncertain or unstable, when people misunderstand you or systems overlook you, it is tempting to harden, to prove, to overcompensate. But what if instead, you did the opposite? What if you softened not in weakness, but in faith? What if you chose to let grace speak louder than resistance? This is where I often reflect on the kind of prayer that doesn't beg for outcomes, but asks for clarity. Not, why is this happening to me, but, what do I need to see clearly in this? When we ask for spiritual clarity rather than control, we enter a more empowered posture. We stop reacting to what the world is doing to us and start responding from a place of trust in our own alignment. There are moments when life doesn't need to be fixed, it needs to be witnessed. This is one of those moments. The universe isn't asking you to hustle harder or explain more. It's asking you to become still, listen, and allow the recalibration to complete itself. You don't need to chase answers. You need to recognize the ones already arriving in quiet, unexpected ways. So tonight, as you close your eyes, consider offering a gentle request, not for revenge, not for justice served in the way the world defines it, but for illumination. A simple, powerful whisper: show me what I haven't been able to see. Bring light to what still hides in shadow. Because when you stop trying to manage the darkness, and instead become a vessel for the light, everything shifts. And Libra, your soul has always been more powerful than the silence you once chose. Now it's time to let that light lead. There comes a moment, dear Libra, when the weight of choosing isn't about proving yourself to the world but about honoring what feels most sacred within. When the Lovers appears reversed beside the High Priestess, the universe isn't warning you of conflict. It's gently inviting you to lustento, hear what your heart has known all along but your mind may have questioned. This moment asks not for logic, not for emotional reaction, but for inner alignment. You are not being asked to choose between right and wrong. You are being asked to choose what's right for you. And that is a radically spiritual act. Every decision you make becomes a prayer, every word, every step, a declaration of what you stand for. And so, when you sit quietly and write down the 3 things you wish to protect most: your family, your peace of mind, your sacred commitments, you are not simply listing priorities. You are building an energetic shield. These are your soul's pillars. Each one is a seed of faith planted in a world that desperately needs clarity, purpose, and love. Some of you may feel the pressure to explain yourselves to those who will never understand you. But Libra, not everyone deserves access to your truth. Not everyone has earned the right to hear the song your soul is singing. And that's okay. Because the ones who matter, the ones who are meant to walk with you through the seasons of your life, will never need convincing. They will look into your eyes and feel the vibration of your sincerity. They will recognize you not by your words, but by your light. Right now, the energies are whispering, guard what is sacred. And to do that, you must first know what that is. This is a spiritual practice. This is discernment. When we know what matters most, we stop pouring energy into what is fleeting. We stop battling storms that were never meant for us. We become still. we become wise. And we become profoundly protected not just by people or structures, but by divine alignment itself. I want to tell you something tender and true. God's greatest miracles often arrive when we commit to what's unseen. When we act in faith rather than fear. When we plant seeds not because we're guaranteed a harvest, but because we trust the one who makes all things grow. You may not see the full picture right now, but you are being guided. And that tug in your spirit, the quiet pull toward protecting your values, your energy, your calling isn't just intuition. It is sacred instruction. Remember, the high priestess guards sacred knowledge, but she shares it only with the ready. You are now being initiated into a deeper awareness of your own divine path. The distraction of others' opinions will fade as you return home to your own voice. You are allowed to change your boundaries. You are allowed to choose peace over performance. And you are allowed to start again, even if no one understands why. So today, as you sit with your journal, ask yourself not what you want to achieve, but what you refuse to compromise. These are your soul's non-negotiables. These are the foundations you must guard with everything you have. And if you need confirmation, look around. The signs are here. The sacred echoes are real. The alignment is now. If any part of this message resonated, take a moment to comment below with one word: protected. Let that be your signal to the universe, and to yourself, that you are no longer available for anything that dishonors your light. Dear Libra, you were never meant to be hunted by the shadows, you were born to ignite the light. You are not here just to survive the chaos. You are here to alchemize it. To choose the higher path even when the road beneath you shakes. The universe isn't punishing you. It is preparing you. And every whisper of fear is merely an invitation to remember who you are becoming. The world and justice have appeared together because a karmic cycle is closing and you're the one holding the key. A hidden truth will emerge in the next 21 days. Someone who once manipulated your energy will be unmasked, not because you expose them, but because truth cannot stay buried when your soul begins to rise. The energy around you is now charged with divine balance. This is your moment to reclaim not only your peace, but your power. So I ask you, are you ready to let go of what's already crumbled? Are you willing to leave behind what no longer reflects your worth? If you are, then speak it. Write this on a sticky note. Put it on your mirror. Make it your phone background. Let these words rewire your energy. I am the light of justice. I am strong, protected, and ready to walk into my divine destiny. Say it. Feel it. Anchor it. You are not weak for feeling afraid right now. You are wise for still choosing to stand in your truth. Your silence has power. Your stillness has weight. And your willingness to walk away from old versions of yourself is the very thing that will call your next blessing into motion. But don't forget, Libra, when the universe is about to open a new door, it will always test your ability to close the one that's already rusted. So let me ask you, from one soul to another, what are you still holding on to that no longer honors your future? Leave your answer in the comments below. Type, I've heard the call. I choose the light. This is your sacred confirmation that you're not walking this path alone. You're walking with truth. You're walking with courage. And you're walking with all of us here at Zodiac Whisper Tarot, your soul family who believes deeply in your rise. Thank you for watching this message. If it moved something within you, like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to remember who they are too. Because today, you didn't just listen to a prediction. You remembered your power. And you'll never forget it again.